on YouTube? Back in the garage again. In this video we're going to be starting the body work on the OBS Chevy project truck. It's a work truck. I'm not going to be going like too crazy with the body work. I'm just going to do a quickie to it. I just want to look better than what it is right now. I did some work to it the last time, in between the last video and now. I put the last front strut on. I had the steering wheel off like 4 or 5 times because evidently they put it on crooked. I couldn't figure out why. I still couldn't get the steering 100% straight going down the road. The steering wheel's still a little bit off, so I figured out that the steering wheel was off like, I don't know, 10 degrees or something like that. So I got that all straightened out. I still have to figure out the 4-wheel drive. I haven't done that yet. And I still have to change out the O2 sensors. I went to go do the O2 sensors last night, but they're like seized on there. They must be the original ones. I even have a O2 sensor socket, and I couldn't get it off. I'm gonna have to heat it up and then crank on it to get them off. So yeah, it is what it is. I also pressure washed the underneath of it. Since I had the transmission rebuilt, I wanted to make sure I pressure washed the underneath of it really good, just to make sure that nothing's leaking in the future. It really needed it anyway because it's a real old truck and it just had all kinds of grime under there. I also pressure washed the wheels and actually came pretty damn clean. I was having a weird noise in the rear brakes. Here it was just, it's like the backing plate for the brake shoes. It had like built up rust and that was just rubbing, so I had to take that all apart and scrape off the rust and put it back together, and now it's perfectly fine. But other than that, it's coming along pretty goddamn good. But so I figured might as well start doing some body work. I got a ton of it to do. So yeah, this isn't going to be a long video on it. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to be starting with, how I'm going to go about it a little bit. I'm just going to take it one panel at a time so I don't get too overwhelmed. That's something like this. That's the only way you can really go about it, is just do one panel at a time with the body work, then finish prep, then shoot the whole thing. I am going to paint it with Rust-Oleum turbo spray cans. I'm a cheap bastard. I don't care. I think I can make it look good. But I'm going to be starting with the hood itself. I got a lot of sanding to get the old clear coat that's peeling, sand that off and feather out a bunch of chips. Then I got to put that in primer. I'm not sure if I'm going to be putting the whole hood in primer. I might just be doing the front of it or spots. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. We'll see how it all goes. But I'll take you over to the hood now and show you. Alright, so I'm going to be starting with the hood. And make sure I'm zoomed out here. Okay, so I started sanding a little bit right here. And it's starting to rain a little bit. That sucks. But anyway, the front has all this peeling clear coat, so I gotta sand that back until I get a nice smooth transition right here that you can't feel anything. And right here I got like bare metal, so you always want to primer. Like I'm probably gonna primer like all the way up to here, the whole front, and that's probably going to be it. And I got like some stuff going on up here that I gotta feather out. I'm probably just gonna be doing spots of primer here and there on the hood. I'm not going to be primering the whole hood. You do have to scuff it all up beforehand, so wherever primer lays, it's going to stick. But yeah, that's what I'm going to start with first, is the hood, and go from there. I picked a horrible day to start doing body work to this. Got blue skies over there. Clearing up over this direction. Oh well. Alright, so it looks like it's done raining. We got some blue skies finally. I went over the hood a little bit with a razor blade, and to scale off basically the really old dead, we'll call dead clear coat. It just comes right off. Less sanding I have to do, but I do have to do some sanding on the hood itself. I'm going to start with 120 to really knock it down fast. Then I'm going to go over it again with 320. And so far I only saw one ding on the hood that I'm actually going to ultimately fix. But yeah, I'm going to start with the DA with 120. As you can see, it's all covered in water now. For the most part, I got all the clear coat to fade back nice and smooth. There's a few spots that I have to hit, like right there's the one, and over here there's some I have to hit. But I got all up the side, all in the back there, did all that, even down the side here. Now, wet this good, you might be able to see it, but there's a dent right there. So, and that dent right there is like borderline if I want to leave it or not. I'm probably gonna do it. Might as well. I'm in no rush to get this done, so, but at the same time I'm not making it perfect, so I'm not gonna spend that much time on it. This is like borderline that you might need a dent pull. Most likely I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna fill it in because this is a work truck. I don't really care, but yet I still want it to look decent. This one here is very thin. If you look, you can see like the metal underneath and stuff. So this is a very thin coat. That one's all done. Hopefully the water doesn't screw up the filler. Sometimes it does. We'll see how it all turns out tomorrow when it stops raining. But yeah. Now I also found that there are a bunch of chips throughout the whole hood. Originally I was just going to hit 320 the whole hood, then just hit primer on high build primer just in the trauma areas where the clear coat was and where the filler is, basically the whole border, and where I faded out the big chips I was going to hit that with primer. But the amount of chips that there are, I might just high build the whole thing. It just ultimately will just make it nicer. I'm still not going to spend that much time on it. I'll end up just blocking it out real quick with 320, then maybe 400 or something like that. I'm sorry, 500, and it'll just, in the long run, it'll just look a lot better. So, but yet still not spent that much time on it. I was going to pull the truck into the bay here. I pulled the CRX out, and yes, CRX is out in the rain. Poor fucking car, but whatever. It's not gonna be raining much longer. It's gonna be pretty nice out tomorrow, so I haven't really driven it in a while, so I'm gonna drive it to work tomorrow. But truck does not fit. Well, it fits. It fits in the door, but it is like right there is one tire. And right there's the other tire. I think the mirrors might actually hit if I try to go in, even though they're folded in. I don't know. I don't really want to try it. I'm not trying to destroy the garage door, nor am I trying to rip a mirror off the truck and have to buy mirrors. So I just said, screw it, I'll just let it get wet and I'll just deal with it. Deal with the problems with it tomorrow. So yeah, well. Alright, that's gonna finish up this video for starting the body work. I did start it technically. Didn't get really that far because of the weather. Unfortunately, I can't pull the truck inside, so I have to deal with that. Again, a lot of people say it's bad to have it out in the rain like that. Yeah, it's not good, but it's not really horrible. I mean, all I gotta do is just scuff off the bare metal again and make sure the filler didn't turn all gummy. It should be fine. I mean, if you left it out there for a couple months, that filler would just turn to shit. So tomorrow, hopefully I can get the other dent done and the whole hood in primer. I don't see why not. So maybe even start on another panel. I don't know. I'm gonna basically start on the harder panels first. I think the next panel will be the passenger bed quarter, rear quarter, passenger quarter on the bed. That has a nice sized dent on it. So I'm not planning on pulling any of these dents. If anything, I'm just going to try to reach up behind them and push them out with a hammer or my hand or something like that. I'm not going to get a dent puller out or anything like that. None of these are super deep. The one on the hood, the next one on the hood is a little on the deep side, but it's really not all that bad. It should be fine with filler. But anyway, if you want to see more of this build that I'm doing for my work truck, please like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you know when I release another video on this truck. Alright, take it easy. Have a good night.